my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Standing here outside your door, hate to wake you up to say goodbye. But the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. Taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Hi guys, how is everyone doing? I decided to start today's talk with a little music. I'm not very good. I am pretty bad actually, but I don't sing professionally or anything like that. I just thought I'll give you guys a little music to start off your day. Today's talk is all about shadow work, okay? So I'm all dressed up. It's Diwali is coming and I'm all dressed up to go. I'm sorry about the back. My room looks like shit. That little mattress over there is for my dog to play with. So the shadow work is basically the darkness, all right? And I know we always talk about hiding the darkness, always being positive, always being happy. And you know, that is the way to manifest things, of course. If you're always in the lower vibrations, if you're always negative, then you're not going to be able to get what you want, because the outside world is a reflection of your inside world. And I know I keep saying this, but I need to make sure everybody remembers this. So whatever's going on in the outside world, if things are not going according to plan, you need to figure out what's within you that's blocking it. This is what we tell you. But then we also tell you you need to do shadow work. Now, shadow work is basically the things that are hidden. Okay? So a lot of times you hear people say, I am very positive, I do my intentions, I meditate, I do all the things I'm meant to do, and I'm still not being able to manifest what I want. And that's because you need to deal with your shadow self, all right? The shadow selves are the blockages, things which are hidden beneath the surface. So if, for example, if something went horribly bad and you have a lot of negative emotions about it, but you're suppressing it and you're like, you know what? It's fine, it's fine. I know the world is ending, but it's fine. I'm happy, I'm positive, I'm positive, I'm positive. And you can continue to be like that. But eventually, because you haven't faced those negative emotions, those fears, those doubts, one day you're going to erupt in a very bad way. You might blow up at somebody, you might have a huge fight with somebody because you haven't given it the proper outlet. So what you need to do at this time is that if something is going on, you need to deal with it. And the first step is spending an hour or two dealing with those emotions, uncovering those emotions. So if something has gone wrong, I'm not saying talk to anybody, you can do something alone. It's about dealing with the worst case, your biggest fears, shedding light on them. If your biggest fear is that you're not going to be successful, that you're going to lose the house and you can't manifest money, and you're like, okay, I'm just positive, I'm positive, but you're like deep down, I'm like, you know what if I fail? Then what would happen? My life will turn upside down. My wife will leave me. My kids will leave me, blah, 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 whatever it is. You need to feel those emotions. You need to cry, scream, do whatever it is that you have to do in the quiet comfort of your room. And then you have to be positive. But if you jump straight ahead to positive, for the smaller things, it definitely works. Like if you have a flat tire, you don't need to be venting about that. It's no big deal. But if it's something really major that's happened, you need to deal with those emotions. And this is what happens. You know, I don't want to be sexist, but women tend to do this a lot more, where especially like, you know, I've noticed this in India where, you know, people in the house, like their in-laws or their husbands or whatever will say something and you're just like, okay, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. They don't say anything to that person, which is fine, but you need to deal with it. And then eventually after a month, you just start crying and you'll have no reason and you won't understand why you're crying. So what this is all about is like dealing with that, dealing with your shadow self, because once you deal with it, it doesn't hold any power over you. And this also talks about uncovering your deepest fears or deepest blockages. If you've been trying to manifest money, for example, maybe deep down you believe you're not good enough to manifest money. You're not smart enough. You're not intelligent. You're not capable. And how did that come about? Because when you were 5 years old, your dad took away your money because he thought you were too careless. I'm just giving an example. You haven't dealt with that. You haven't dealt with that negative aspect. You haven't truly felt sorry for yourself and dealt with it. But that does not mean that you spend like days and days and days crying. No. Shadow work is to be done in a short period of time where you face the worst case scenario, face your biggest fears, deal with it, cry, scream, shout, and then allow it to release. And then you can start being positive, because then your positivity will actually work. Because if you're deep down, you're just like, no, 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 no. But here you're like, yes, 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 yes. It's not going to work because you don't have your entire energy. You may be mentally saying yes, but your energy is not saying yes, because your energy deep down is still very upset, So you need to deal with that. That is what shadow work is. Shadow work is dealing with the hidden emotions, dealing with the hidden blockages, dealing with the worst case scenarios, being okay with it, facing it, and knowing that you will survive no matter what. And once you clear it, like you cried for an hour, I would not recommend doing this more than an hour. I usually take about 30 minutes if it's something really drastic, yes. When my medical stuff, when I was in Abu Dhabi for 3 weeks, and one thing after the other, everything started going wrong. And I continued to be positive, positive, positive. And when the last thing went wrong and the whole 3 weeks was a waste, I literally spent an hour crying and eating a tub of ice cream, hence the weight. But I needed to do that. And when my mom was like, why are you crying? You got to be positive. This is what you teach us. And I'm like, I will be positive tomorrow. I know I will be positive tomorrow, or whatever, later on in the night. But right now, I need to deal with the fact that maybe this will not work. That's my biggest fear, that it will not work. And once I dealt with it and I cried and I let it out, the next day onwards, I was focused. I know I can make this happen. And if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. There are other options. But I know it can happen. And I could only get there and what was happening was, before this, my energy was still like, no, it could go wrong, but no, I should be positive. So there is that little, it's not all aligned, which is why your shadow work is very important. Your entire body, mind, heart, and soul, your energy body needs to be aligned. So this was today's work, shadow work, okay? So if someone tells you why is it important to deal with your shadow work, because that is what's stopping you from truly manifesting a lot of things. And if you do EFT and things like that, you will realize that we always deal with the shadow self. We deal with the negative first before going into the positive. We always go to the worst case scenario. We go to the issues that have been plaguing you, your fears, your doubts, so that we can clear them once and for all. I hope this was helpful. Please do like and subscribe. And if you hated my music, I'm so sorry. I'll try not to do too much of it. But if you liked it, let me know and I'll put on the more songs. All right, take care. Bye.